Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see.
Okay, fine. Okay, so let's get started the controlling today because I could not get time moreover to work on the asset accounting. We still have some topics to cover on the asset accounting thing. Apart from bank accounting and automatic payment program, we have few topics like, the special depreciation thing, and we have to discuss the write up, and we have to discuss the group asset along with the intracompany transfer, asset transfer. So these are the things that we will have to discuss still. So I did not get time yesterday to go through all of them. Again, we will see whenever I get time. I'll have a look into them, and we will continue from there. So in the meantime, we can start the controlling. Okay, so this is another module within finance. Okay, within finance, the controlling talks about, as we discussed, controlling talks about the cost accounting, and controlling purely the internal to the organization, whereas finance is external to the organization. Why I'm saying an external to the organization? Because finance records are very important to outside parties such as income tax department, auditors, and government and all, right? They need that information. Based on that, they will impose taxes and collect the revenues. So that's going to be a kind of a revenue to the government. That is the reason why we can say it is an external, but whereas controlling cost accounting is purely an internal. Okay, so controlling. So how, on what basis I can say it is an internal? So within the organization, right? So in order to improve the profit, so we have to do certain activities. It means reduction of the cost of production. Let's say cost of production is $100 and the selling price is $120. We cannot set the selling price since it is a competitive market, right? It is called as a competitive market. In the competitive market, we cannot set the selling price. So selling price will be determined by the competitors, by the market in a way. So we cannot determine the selling price, but the cost of the product has to be reduced in order to improve the profit. Let's say if the cost of production is $100 per unit, whereas selling price is $120. So thereby we are getting a profit of $20. Now, how do I improve my profitability? I don't have an option to increase the selling price rather than, what is the best option I will have? I will have to reduce the cost of production. So to minimize the cost of production, we will have to do various steps. All those steps will be considered here in the controlling. Now, if I reduce my price to $90 there, and whereas my selling price is $120, thereby I will have $30 as profit. Or if you compete the competitors properly, you can reduce the selling price by $1 or $2 so that the market will require your product. Okay, so that way you can compete the competitors and to sustain in the market, and to make your product a successful, we will have to do certain things. So all those things that will be covered here in the controlling. Now, what exactly the general controlling? I mean, what controlling will have, what this module will have? It will have a cost element, accounting, cost center, internal order, product to costing, profit center, and profitability analysis. These are the things that we will discuss in our controlling thing. Of course, some of the topics that we have already covered. So in general controlling, we have already seen, creating a controlling area. It means maintaining a controlling area. Maintain controlling area, we have seen number ranges, we have maintained versions, and also we have maintained the ledgers for CO versions. These are the topics that we have already seen. So for for every company code, we require a controlling area. Without the controlling area, the creation of controlling area and assignment of company code is mandatory. It is compulsory. So we have maintained that controlling area. We have created our controlling area, and also we have assigned our company code over here. So double click on maintain controlling area, and we can see our controlling area 1248 has double click on assignment of company codes. We can see our company code 1248. We are primarily dealing with 1248. We have created another company called 1284. This is for our intercompany transactions. Okay, but primarily our focus is to consider 1248. So 1248 is linked to the controlling area 1248. Right? So we have created a controlling area and established a link to our company code. This is what we have already seen. We have maintained the number ranges, we have maintained the versions, and also we have seen the ledgers. And there is another new topic that we will be discussing here in the general controlling called planning. Now, in our S4, I don't know exactly from when we have this planning category thing, but I see it from 1709. I'm not sure whether we have this planning category related thing prior to 1709. I mean, I'm talking about S4. Yes, we don't have this concept at all in ECC. We don't have this concept at all in ECC. This is there in S4, but I'm not sure from which version this is available. But I see from 1709. Not sure whether we have this concept in 1610 and prior versions, but we have this in 1709 onwards. Now in S4 system, basically there are two tables, right? One is ACDOCA, right? ACDOCA, we have seen this part earlier. And whatever the transaction, this is what we call it as universal journal entry. Why it says as universal journal entry? Whatever the transaction posted here in SAP, all will come and hit this table. Earlier, we used to have different tables, right? BSEC and BSIS, BSAS, BSIK, BSAK, BSID, BSAD, lot of things, right? So we used to move on different tables in order to get some information. And if at all we want to develop a report or something, we used to go into all these reports, pull that information, and we used to develop our reports. It used to be a cumbersome job moving into different tables. This AC Doka will give you all such information. So that's the flexibility in S4 system. So that is the reason why we call it as universal journal entry table. Okay, AC Doka will have complete details. This is one of the tables. What is the other table you have? ACDOCP, P for planning, A for actuals, ACDOCA, A stands for actuals, P stands for planning. So this takes care of planning thing, the plan data. It takes care of plan data. Now, how does this get impacted? Now, if I just select AC doc P and if I select, you know, our company code 1248 and I will not be able to see any details. I don't have any information. Now, in order to get this updated, we have a concept called planning categories. This is the one. Okay, planning categories, maintain categories for planning categories. Okay, we will do configuration in the planning categories, but in order to run the transaction, in order to post the plan data, we don't have any transaction code from easy access. We have a separate Fiori app to update this. So let's discuss about this. Okay, let us discuss about this. So maintain categories for planning. Path for this is IMG, controlling, general controlling, planning, and maintain categories for planning. Just execute. Here we have different categories, planning categories. You can use them, or if you want, you can create a new one. So just go to new entries to create. I will just say as plan 001. It's called monthly planning. Application type. Here we have periodic planning and consolidation, project management, production order, revenue recognition. Revenue recognition is a different concept. Okay. And production order, this is the planning. If the planning is something relating to production order, we will have to select that. And project management, this is something relating to projects. If that is the case, we will have to select. And basically this periodic planning and consolidation. So since we are selecting it for planning, general planning, in that case, selecting this plan, periodic planning and consolidation, we have to select. And exchange rate type, if you want to consider a specific exchange rate type, we can consider normal. In the case of plan, we will have exchange rate type P. P comes automatically if you don't select anything. Okay, so standard translation for cost planning. So normally P will be considered, and if you want to consider other than P, then enter the same thing. That's it. It is just a code, and the description, this is going to be application type. Just save it. There is nothing in this. Okay, save it. Similarly, if you want to create another one, you can create or you can copy it. Select the same thing, click on copy. I will just say as two. I will say yearly planning. Press it and save. Okay, we have got two planning categories. That's it. Now, how do we upload the plan data? In order to upload the plan data, we don't have any transaction code. We have to use Fiori app /n/UI2/FLP. This is the transaction code to be used in order to get into the Fiori Launchpad. Or we will have one website, or the URL. You can use that URL and you can so you will have a URL or something, what we call it as this HTTPS. This is what the the URL to trigger the Fiori app. Okay, so we can see the Fiori apps, right? In order to get into our own, here you can see import financial plan data. This is the Fiori app that is used, you know, for updating the plan data. Okay, import financial plan data. Okay, so I'm not finding the search icon. We should have some search icon somewhere here. Search icon. Yeah, this is the one, but I'm not finding that search icon. Okay, fine. So I'm just mentioning as financial plan. I can see, I can find the Fiori apps. There is another Fiori app relating to the financial plan, which gives you the report, which is like a report, which gives the complete reportable information. Only one we have. There is another report also. There is another one, financial plan report. I don't remember the name, but it will be like that only. Now, anyway, since we don't have that, I'm just ignoring. I will, I will figure that out. Sorry, a technical error occurred. Please try it again. Yeah, it will be like this. So import financial plan data. This is the selection screen. Okay, now you need to have one Excel sheet in the CSV file format that has to be uploaded over here. Then how do you get the format of the report? Now here you can see download template, download template. Just select that. It gives you that information that download, the template will be downloaded. You can see now whether you want to do cost center planning, project planning, profit center planning, what kind of planning that you want to do. I'm saying just cost center planning. Your current security settings do not allow this file to be downloaded. My God. Okay. Yeah, I cannot do anything now. Okay, cost center planning. So normally what happens is we will have a planning, a template. All we need is just to enter what is the planning category, what is the period, what is the fiscal year, and what is the amount that we will have to enter. So since we have some issue with it, let us skip this. I think I may have one file. So probably I will have to pull that from the other my system, from my system. I think we cannot do now. We cannot do now. Okay, fine. So we will continue this. Okay. So tomorrow What I will do, I will have a file. I don't know whether we can browse that file or what. Probably we may have again issues or something that I will have to check. So I will have my I will have this template in my client system. I will have to pull from there to here. Okay, so I will have to pull that information from there. So do you want me to go and pull that file, or shall we continue this tomorrow? Hello,
Hey, Nanda.
shall I take up this topic tomorrow and I will continue the other topics, or do you want me
Okay,
to pull
Nanda.
that file? Yes,
This is George.
yes.
We can't do anything without a file. Is it going to take long time before you get a file?
No, no, I just have to send across to my Gmail. Then from there I can download it onto this system.
Do you know how long it will take you?
It takes some 5 minutes.
Well, let me hear from the others. I don't want to make suggestions since we are like, how many of us here? Since we're like four, let other people make suggestions.
Yes,
It's fine, Anna. If it takes 5 minutes, it's fine.
5 minutes, that's
yeah.
fine.
So
Yeah,
just give
yeah.
me 5 minutes time. Let me send across that file to my Gmail. Then we can pull from there. Okay. Just give me 5 minutes. Yes, let me pick that up. Oh, okay. I think I will have to open my Gmail account over here. Otherwise, I'll do one thing. Okay, so this is the one. Okay, so I'm opening the file. Yeah. So this is what typically, the file format. Okay. So you have fields like, category. This is the field name, technical name. This is normal name. And it says as, basically these kind of, these values are important values. Okay. Required entries, I would say the other way. Uh, and these three are automatically comes the moment we select here, download template. We can get this information automatically, and this is the information that we will have to enter. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, Nano.
Yes. Okay. So these are the values that we will have to enter. Suppose I want few other fields. Yes, you can add it. I don't want some fields here. I don't want profit center. I don't want some quantity, or I don't want global currency. You can remove that. So what fields can be added here? So you can add as many fields as you want, but only the thing is, only the limitation is, you can pick up any value from ac.p only. If at all you have a field in ac.p, you can select that. If ac.p does not have a field, you cannot get that. Okay, so of course we don't have any value now here. Someone posted something company code into this. Okay, now here you see ledger, you have account, company code, reference. These things will come up, category, right? You can see a lot of other transactions, transaction currency, company code currency, global currency, free currencies, right? And this VUM, value unit of measure or something. Yeah, value unit of measure, cost center, profit center, functional area, business area, controlling area, segment. All these fields are available in AC doc P table. So you can pick up any field, any value. You can pick up any field in the Excel sheet. If you want, you can add. Okay, you can add as many fields as you want, as long as those fields are available within this AC doc P table. If you don't have a field here in AC doc P table, so it is not possible for us to add in the Excel sheet. Okay, so all these fields are available in order to capture them in the Excel sheet. Okay, so now here category, this is the one that we have created just now. Of course, ledger is going to be 0L, and which fiscal year, and what is the posting period that you want to consider, what is your company code, what is the profit center, what is the GL number, and if you want to consider quantity, and what is the global currency amount, because here it is selected as global currency. Suppose if you want to consider something else, let's say you want to consider company code currency, you can enter company code currency there. Okay, that's the basically the plan. Okay, what I will do, I'm just copying this entire information, going here, opening in other Excel sheet. Okay, now here I'm just copying the entire information. Okay, now what is our category? Plan 001. Select that. Okay, now here fiscal year going to be 2019. I just want to select first period only. And what is our company code? 1248. And profit center. What are our profit centers? Let us pick up the relevant profit center. I'll just pick up from CEPC table. I will say company code. Company code is going to be 1248. Okay, just execute. No values. One two four eight. Just execute. Why no values? Okay, probably those profit centers have not been activated to this company code or what? So let's see. Uh, 1248. Selecting here. Company code. I'm not selecting company code. Okay. OKKS. I will say 1248. Default controlling area. OKKS. KE53. Okay, selecting now. Company code, I will say 1248. Okay, here we have got 1000, 2000. So let me select 1000 or 2000. Okay, our profit centers are 1000, 2000, 1000, and 2000. Okay, our account numbers are 4 lakhs. Okay, what are the account numbers we have? Let me get into that. FS00. If I select 1248 expenses, of course, we are considering the profit center, right? So since these are the profit center, we should be considering the assets GLs. Or asset, I mean balance sheet GLs. So in the case of expenses, what is required? Cost center is important. So let us consider Bank of America, and we cannot consider vendor customer accounts. Okay, and VAT receivables account, of course, we can consider, right? So we can consider any one of these. Otherwise, liabilities, of course, we have bank loan, all those stuff we can consider. So what I'll do, I will select 2,20,000 and I will say 2,45,000. Just stop me if at all you have any questions. Bank loan 1,20,000 and finally take the other one. Bills payable loan account 1,25,000. Okay, And if you want to consider quantity, you can consider, and global amount is this thing, amount in global currency. What is our global currency? So global currency is the currency that is maintained in the controlling area. So maintain controlling area, double click on maintain controlling area and pick up our controlling area. 1248 is our controlling area. Just go to details. We can find euro. Euro is our global currency. You can also see from the finance configuration. So here, if you go into financial accounting global settings, ledgers, and here in the ledgers, here in the ledgers, define settings for ledgers and currency types. Since leading ledger is 0L, select 0L, double click on company code settings, and our company code is 1248. Select 1248. Here you can see global currency 30, which is nothing but euro currency. Okay, so just we will have to modify that accordingly. EUR. Okay, so we have maintained the entire information. If you don't want a particular column, just you can simply delete that column. Or if you want both company code currency and global currency, you can keep the other, you know, other columns accordingly. Okay, so if everything is perfect, what we will have to do is it has to be a CSV file. So save as, I'm going to save this as CSV file. How do I do? Here we have an option to select CSV, comma delimited file. CSV, comma delimited. Select in that and keep some name, plan data. And I want to save it on desktop. So select the desktop, keep the file name as this thing, save as CSV, comma delimited, save it. Now this is saved as CSV file format. Now you can see the same thing here. Okay. Oh, sorry. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. Okay. So what I will do, I will just delete the, close this. Okay. I'm going into the desktop. Now you can see here plan data. Now double click on that. You can see that in the CSV file format. Oh my God. Okay. This is going to be a CSV file format information. I'm just closing it. Let me upload the same thing using the financial import financial plan data. So source file, browse.csv files, select this and select the relevant CSV file, plan data. Select the same thing. The moment you select, it is giving that, sorry, you cannot import this file. It contains invalid data. What is that invalid data? Please. Okay. So it means the unit of measure, probably the unit of measure is not, please specify the unit, RV unit for quantity. So what exactly the problem here is, The unit of measure here we have entered the quantity, but it is expecting the unit of measure. Unit of measure, the other column. So we have entered the quantity here, value in quantity. This is the quantity information. When you have a quantity, it is expecting the unit of measure as well. So either you can add the unit of measure column here, or simply you can delete this column. You can do either the way. So if I'm deleting it now, of course you can add it from the you can add it here, and you can see the name of everything from the AC doc P table. You can see global currency KSL. If you go into AC doc P table, what is that? The global currency, right? See here, global currency, RKCUR, valuation unit of measure. This was the field that system was expecting. Now global currency is RKCUR. If you go and see here, RKCUR, this is the field name. And here amount in global currency will have KSL. For profit center, PRCTR, you can find the same thing here, PRCTR. Okay, for amount in global currency, right? Let me search amount in currency next. Amount in object currency. So probably the name may be a different. Let's search from the beginning. Price transaction. Or you see here global currency, this thing. Or you can go in another way also. You can search in another way also. Can you all see my screen? Hello?
Nanda,
Yeah,
Nanda,
yeah.
we
So
can see your screen. We can see your screen. That's fine. Yeah.
yeah, sometimes I feel like I'm going in a,
No, we're just listening to you.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I pull the field. Yeah. So let me pull the field and value, field name. Okay. KSL is the field name, right? So I can pull using that. See KSL amount in global currency. The name here it is mentioned as AMNT. Because of that, it could not be triggered. Okay, KSL. Suppose if I want to consider amount in company code currency, okay, HSL to be considered. In the case of transaction currency, WSL to be considered. That is what we will have to consider here. So system will understand based on this, what is the field. This is for our understanding. And this information is the one that we have entered. Clear? So let me save it because I have removed one column here, and again I will save it onto the desktop. Okay, now I'm going back to the financial plan data. See, as soon as we load the file, it is nothing but a test. You're running a program in the test run mode. Okay, as soon as we load the file, it gives you that information. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll start from the beginning. So I'm selecting import financial plan data. I'm selecting the file. As soon as we select the file, system will read the complete details in the file and tells you whether it is perfect or wrong. Select the same thing. Now you can see some information. As soon as we load the file, it runs. I mean, it runs in the test run mode. So once everything is perfect, it gives you this message, right? What are the account numbers? What is the category? What is the company code? Fiscal year, ledger, posting period, and everything. It gives you the complete information. This is what this is. This is nothing but a test run mode. In order to run this transaction in the real mode, you will have to select this import source file. Select this. So once we run this, we will have the information. The planned data has been imported successfully. Planned data has been imported successfully. Okay. Now, in order to see this thing, as I told you, report, right? We have a separate Fiori app to see that. Otherwise, you have one more option here, check financial plan data. You can see from here as well. But normally we can see a separate file with, I think, with the same name. I'm not sure what name that file will have. I mean, that Fiori app will have, but it's going to be the same. I think financial plan data, check financial plan data. I'm not sure about that, but so you can see this information using this report. You can see from here itself, or you can go into AC.P table and you can pull that information as well. Okay, so what I will do, I will select company code 1248, and if you have multiple planning categories, you can select the relevant categories. Suppose I want to do a planning category for profit and loss. I want to do a plan for profit and loss accounts. I want to do a separate plan for balance sheet items. I want to do a separate plan for cash flow items, or if I want to do something else. I mean, the GLs are going to be the same, but the planning values are going to be different, specific to that relevant category. So in such a case, we will be creating those many categories. And the moment you select a plan 001 here and execute, you can see all the planning values pertaining to this planning category. Just execute here, you can see that information. So these are the accounts that we have considered. This is the fiscal year, ledger, company code. This is a reference. User category is this thing, and you can see the amount. Transaction currency, global currencies are same, and when you scroll right, you will find the amount as well. So profit center, these are the profit center we have considered. Controlling area, and you can see the amount in transaction currency, amount in global currency, group currency, 30, 10, 10, 15. These are the amounts that we have entered in our Excel sheet. So 10, 15, 30, 10. These are the amount that we have considered. So system picked up the same thing. For 1,20,000 GL, the plan amount is 30. You can see that the same thing here. For 1,20,000, thirty 20,000 GL. So first line, and so I think there is some problem here. Okay, can you see my screen? Hello?
Yes.
Nanda,
Yeah,
we can see your screen.
right. The remote desktop disconnected. Okay, now here first is 30. So the GL going to be 1,20,000 as per Excel sheet. You can find the same thing here. See 1,20,000. Okay, so you can add as many fields as available here in AC Doc P table. Remember that the field name is very important. If you consider differently, then your reports will not show properly. You need to select the relevant field name here. Of course, normally we will get that part here in the Fiori app using this download template, but we have some issues in order to download the same thing. If at all you have any other system, your client system has 1809 or 1709, you can pull that information from here. Any questions? Right. Any questions until here? Okay, if you want to see this report in the Fiori app, you have a separate Fiori app for that. That is one option. The second option is you can go through that Fiori app using a process here. So check financial plan data, just select this, it will take you to the same. Okay, now you see here GL account, plan amount in company code currency, plan amount in global currency. So you have some more options here. If you want, you can select them. Company code, I want to keep here in the row column. I mean about to the GL account. So it gets updated accordingly. Now I want to have planning category as well. Yeah, planning category. So I want to put this prior to company code, or I want to keep it in the column. So I can keep it in the column. You can see over here. This is your column. Planning category. Here you can see. Okay. Then if you want, you can consider profit center. Whatever you want to consider, you can consider. Whatever is impacted over there, pick up the same thing over here. Suppose I did not consider country over there. If I select, it will not give you that relevant information. So within this company code for this GL, these are the amounts that we have posted. So this way you can see your financial plan data. I think this is the name of your Fiori app, financial plan data. Okay. So basically you can see either from AC Doc P table or from the Fiori app, the uploaded value. Any questions here?
No, Nanda.
Yes. So just go through all of them, right? So tomorrow we will continue. This is the most important topic now in the latest versions. Okay. So
Hey,
just
Nanda,
go. Yes.
we are. I'm going to go through this, but if you don't mind, before you start tomorrow, you just give a brief again because we have never seen this before.
Yeah, this is a new concept. This
Yeah, it's a
is
new concept.
altogether a new concept.
I'm going to go through it, but I still find it a bit difficult to understand. If you don't mind, but if there is no
Sure.
time, you can go ahead with next.
I'll
But
just give a glance on it and we will proceed from there
thank,
tomorrow.
thank you very much. Thank you.
No problem. Okay. So thanks everyone. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thank you. Bye bye.